The afternoon, the midweek edition of the show is airborne. Ekosiisen Sony, the higher Asempa FM, meeting your Sabon so. Some 26 minutes after 2, live on 94.7 Asempa FM and live on a number of affiliate radio stations across Ghana. Ma yana mase samre na yema munyina akwaba emfa momra Ekosiisen dwumadi eso. Meeting your Sabon so. So let me thank the production team for making this possible. You were Dominic Isiyeboa, Nana Chumberuma, Jackson Osei Tiamoa, Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ, and a Queen Star in Japan. Omai hine kwabana Santiago and the Chidon Bibi Ubia, Yadin Chiasron Emano. And yen shada and same because in same go up no sono a dos, I was here na itumi edi hon komo. And I'm Mobekaya. I think I showed some pictures. My name is Jackson that saw pictures. Now, sir, there is this young Ghanaian entrepreneur, or the lorry ties or car ties, at the young kunya. Na kunya ni tables so near catcher say car ties near the ya unyini. Papa, you know, and we think, sir. For some of these people, I show that massive level of ingenuity, I was see it to me and then I would be sitting down with that young entrepreneur. Now, you go through, her life as an entrepreneur. Near my man, they call into using car ties, to do the kind of things she's been doing with car ties. Unbelievable. In the end, you would get to hear her story. And we'll be doing more of these. Na yetimia boa na yama young man, young woman be a OTA hope. Say no matter how little the idea is, just start. Shebibi say. And you don't need much to start. In the end, we hope that through her story, you would also be inspired. Now, mistakes are and you're more papa near the once wait me after this year, Eddie a film. But before that, him say and at the apex court of the land, the Supreme Court of Ghana, BB Echoes, and we announced to you, say and the Supreme Court will be sitting on an application via lawyers for Fix the Country convener Oliver Barker-Vormawor at the Ackah Supreme Court. Now the Omo Kenyan say District Court was Shaimana police for and after Attorney General the one client Ekosiisen. Now police for him very well says our court any jurisdiction to determine the liberty of their client. But still almost share that the Ekosiisen said the court no because only the jurisdiction to grant the accused bail. No maside now police for kukum. In the movie says na police for and the Supreme Court enche na on order one na omunye ejumanu iyi. And the Supreme Court edwon ruling aba na eyensem bebre. Yebehwe na yakọ sa enkomo no nso emu. Make say yen court correspondent Joseph Ackah-Blay atenase ewo studio. Joseph akwaba na it's saying
nyame adom bibi aboko na so
nyame adom bibi aboko. In the end at the Supreme Court, time may na court net na say
just some few minutes to 10 a.m.
Oh, few minutes to
10 a.m. Yeah.
Wow. And the matter before the court na ya Asempa.
Sena uche mu no we obekaya embra omode Oliver Barker-Vormawor ko PM e district court the first time no. District court no once e ho no make an application for bail in one breath.
Yes.
And also making the point that they are supposed to be taken to a court that has the power to grant them bail in their opinion. Yes. And so they took the view that they were not in the right forum. And so they asked that the court should discharge him effectively. And so court refused, our court dismiss the application for bail. Our judge can't say, go make an application a high court.
Yes.
And in nature, high court to file a habeas corpus application. On argument, they say they won what district court G record of proceedings At no point is it recorded that the judge ordered that it should be remanded into police custody.
Police custody. Okay.
And my argument, it meant that when the judge refused the bail application, there was no warrant allowing the police to hold him. But that notwithstanding, he was taken away into police custody. In Jomochira, and into the filing habeas corpus application, Tema High Court.
Tema High Court.
Before Justice Daniel Mensah.
Okay. And for more, the habeas corpus, a simple application that can say produce the accused and justify why Ugus were detained. In the end, BB are no more say state no enye or monfa accused no emra no match court na the crunch or Muguswa or detained. And no court ni Bogui.
Court ni Bogui because court in the case or share records now it's clear that the judge had exercised the powers within what she could do in refusing the bail and didn't agree with their view that he had not been lawfully remanded into custody.
Yes.
Until Omo disagree. If you want Omo Asempa court down in Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court first Omo case Supreme Court but High Court decision him.
Okay.
Because Omo the judge committed an error of law.
The decision said ungranted
habeas corpus application.
Okay.
Because Omo the facts available to the judge it was clear that there was no lawful basis for Barker-Vormawor's detention from the district court.
Okay.
And so the judge should have actually ordered for him to be produced and not have proceeded to dismiss the application.
Okay.
So they were seeking the supervisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. In another breath, they were raising the issue that Supreme Court really said Omoka say produce a person within 48 hours before a court. It has to be a court that has the power to grant bail. And refuse bail as well. Not just a court that is just there for indictment, especially when the indictment they are not ready to undertake the indictment. And the way some of them court in Supreme Court and then Abraham for a case now. I mean, Barker-Vormawor on illegal team na kutampa on the day him Dr. Justice or PM or Dr. Justice Shremsai be PM Shremsai or movie application even though sana kutampa out in chain. And you move for a case now we introduce a movie na court the panel they started asking a lot of questions.
Panel na nipa saying
5-member panel. Justice Jones Doche as president. Afi Nene Amegacha as a member. There's also Professor Ashikote. Gertrude Tokonu. Imano Yoni Kulendi. So I'm gonna make it 5 now. Omotna case so Ashasi almost started to move these questions right from the president of the panel. Almost say process no ma filing. It appears to be a mixed process. In one breath, almost say court in exercising the supervisory jurisdiction over all lower courts. In another breath, to almost I can interpret some portion of the constitution. And the panel from the onset informed them that they take the view that the High Court judge who make an application for habeas corpus, and the judge took the view that it doesn't arise. So if you disagree with it, you should go for an appeal. Our appeals court. On the other hand, if you think that you want to trigger the original jurisdiction of the court to interpret and enforce the constitution, bring an action seeking that.
Fast application,
in fact, one of the judges described a process as salad with different things. Now, also a very good salad on the And from the onset, those were the questions that they were asking. But I mean, Justice I explaining say, as far as they are concerned, they think the High Court judge committed an error in that the facts available to him had indicated that, in their opinion, he was not taken to the right court because that court could not have made a determination affecting his liberty to grant him bail or not. And so that was not the right process that they used. And he always is the issue now, Deputy Attorney General Diana Sonabadapa, no be representing AG's department. On also taking the position that procedurally, even though or under the rules of court, once someone filed, they had about 14 days to respond. But I would say it has just been 7 days since they filed. But that notwithstanding, she was waiving their right to ask for an adjournment and ensure that they get additional days to file a response, to respond on points of law. And on the point of law, nobody raising it, say they have challenges with the procedure or maybe to the filing process. Because if they want something else to, rather than mixing it in a manner that had been done. Then the panel members came in again with some more questions. Then it was at that point that some very, very interesting comments from some of the judges. So I'm just going to read a bit of it for you. So Justice Kulendi, for instance, said that
Yoni
Kulendi, or say you have an individual's liberty at stake. You embark on this journey to this court. You want us to interpret this constitution in a mixed application. Your duty is to protect your client's rights. Your priorities are mixed. For Justice Jones Doche, will say it is very dangerous for a lawyer who is acting for another lawyer to take professional instructions from him. You have responsibilities to be in a driving seat. Now, making this comment at a point now, Obisa Justice Shamsai said, I mean, why are they not applying for bail? High court. Even though it's a district court, no, advises them to apply for bail. Oko high court, one now refuse to habeas corpus. Almost advises apply for bail. Then Justice's response was that, I mean, they receive instructions from their client. And so, I just say, no. If you're a lawyer representing another lawyer, in terms of the professional direction that the case should take, in terms of your client's interest, no, when also take control now, decide.
No, but is this to say, sir, according to Shremsa, you know, the omo decision, sir, omo file, omo apply for bail or high court, no.
From the comment he made, that's what we can infer from it, because the question to him directly was, why have they not filed for bail? And he said they take instructions and decide how to proceed with it, and they've not had that. So at that point now, Justice Doche Muka said, if you are representing a client, especially when a client is actually a lawyer, it doesn't mean that you take professional directions from him. You have to take what is best for your client. And Justice Getrito Konusube Moka said, is this the time for this intellectual exercise? Should you not be taking a pragmatic approach? And then the question Obisai.
And the pragmatic approach, the meaning, say, take steps to secure the liberty of your client. Make sure, say, we're free police custody. Huh?
Exactly.
Because what it means, it says, and essentially, Supreme Court dismissed application way, right?
And after comments now, a buy, you know. And I just decided, sorry, say, we take a cue from the bench or withdraw application.
Oh, okay.
Until
you no one withdraw
application, so it was withdraw application, and
the court did not dismiss it.
So once they withdrew it, the court struck it out as withdrawn. Yeah, okay. So it was not dismissed because they no longer took the application on its merits to decide on it. So it was struck out as withdrawn.
Okay. And Justice Saika said withdrawn. On my indication, be I said, in
fact, at the point discussions panel only besides some very interesting questions that sort of suggested that the panel was possibly open to the idea of granting bail. The Supreme Court panel. Because in application, there's a part of any orders that the court may grant. And it just beside deputy agent say, are they opposed to a bail application? And a response that deputy agent mind is say, if it is at this forum, they are opposed to the bail application on procedural grounds.
Okay.
But if the bail application is done at the High Court, they may consider not opposing it.
Okay.
And the Justice I actually requested that the court should grant that bail. But Ejineka said procedurally at this level, and they will be able to oppose it because you've not come through the right procedure. Because her point was that if the court grants it, it will create a bad precedent. I mean, people will just close any action and not go through the right procedure and come and still rely on this decision to say that the courts intervened in a past situation, so they can go ahead and do that. In the eventually, court, once I just cyber one man, so withdraw application, the court struck it out as withdrawn.
And I'm advising to say
almost on High Court. In fact, the advice from Justice Doche was that, I mean, if they even file it tomorrow, Crown Power, they can also make an application for an abridgment of time, and possibly Friday economy to move application in Crown Power, because it based on liberty. It's very important that they take immediate steps to do that. And see, the response on mine is that they've taken a cue from the bench.
In all of this, now I could jump out to one kasa.
And see, what you want to know, a panel, just get to go. A friend will be saying, say, Nasa salad we are in, we who salad nancy banner. And his response was that when he saw it, he commented that this one day we may have a problem at the court. That was his response to the question on.
Meaning, sir, that's a who adwuma na strem sai mo aye no. O ka san hwe o menya problem wo court.
Or say from what he saw, yes, from what he saw.
But na oye ho hwe enye.
Well, he didn't speak to that. Yeah.
And meanwhile, no, Oliver is still in police custody.
Yeah.
The next court date,
Assignment
15th of this month.
Yeah.
And then so second. There's a 13 more days.
Yeah.
13 more days.
It's just effectively by the time if the application for bail is not done, then by the time we come back 15th, now we're them 1 month.
We're them 1 month.
Yeah.
But it's likely, say, from how our common economy, Shrem Simon might take a cue from the advice of the court and apply for the bail or high court, right?
Possibly, but I mean, if from his answers to the question is anything to go by, there's the other side of what the client's preference would also be, because Obekaya Tamana only judges no Barker-Vormawor only judges no any magistrate only the exchange.
We have not come.
We have not asked for bail.
Asked for bail.
We have not asked for bail. He made that point that we have not asked for bail, and I mean, obviously, he's a lawyer as well too. So
yeah, of course. But this year, we chat 2 weeks. Yeah, and the third week in custody. Say the hunger strike there, it's over.
Almost say according to Fix the Country group, I must say it was for a couple of days, but we trims this year.
Dome, Monfre Fix the Country for na share. Why? Monfre Fix the Country for na share. But it's interesting for the Attorney General. Dapa, the Barber representing Attorney General.
Dapa.
That's the Deputy AG. Wow, it's interesting. They say at the Supreme Court, they ma nkonform mahone ade on.
Oh, Fix the Country for the Oma ene de me hu many ambo obi omubia or ene. Yeah.
Okay. But my nurse na yemfa nsi inti bibia ni a ye be san so adi nkomo bio. Why?
Yeah, must be that.
Yeah, that's papa. That's our court correspondent Joseph